All right, guys, so I know it may not seem like it's been a long time for you guys because we're just starting to release all of our lightning videos in sequence. But we've been waiting for these tires for probably 5 or 6 months because they are so popular. I finally got my 35-inch tires. So this is a 305 70 18-inch tire. Before we had a 34, this was a 295 70 18, which came off of my diesel truck, off my Silverado. But now we've moved to this tire here, and here's the big reveal. It is the Toyo Open Country AT3 EV tire. Now this tire is one of the very few all-terrain tires that you can find for an EV truck. So as you know, Rivian first came out, they had the Pirellis. That was kind of like the first AT EV design tire that I was aware of. But Toyo really jumped into the game quickly and produced a brand new ground up tire. This is not a rebadged all-terrain tire from their lineup. This is completely built ground up for EV trucks. So, and there's a variety of sizes. You've got your OEM sizes, and then you've got these larger sizes. Like this was probably more designed for a Cybertruck, possibly. I'm not quite sure, but I was pretty excited to see that they made this size. I've taken a look at my clearances here. I have a feeling I'm going to need to trim a little bit of this here if you guys want to keep this. Otherwise, you can just remove it completely, and it should clear in this wheel fitment. This is an 18x9 plus 20, as you've seen in our prior videos. So we're going to put these tires on here. So a couple of key features on this tire. The efficiency and range is something that all EV owners want to retain in a tire. And that is something that Toyo claims they've been able to do, is they've been able to really optimize this as a low rolling resistance all-terrain tire, even though it has this aggressive tread pattern. All right, so this thing is designed just like any other all-terrain tire: mud, snow, rain. It can handle all of that. Again, I haven't done any real world testing. I'm not sure if I really will in this truck. I don't know if I'll go take really long trips in my EV truck. I use this a lot for around town stuff and hauling materials and goods. But yeah, I'd be really excited to see how quiet this is. That's another thing that all EV vehicle owners want. They want a really quiet tire. Now, you know, these tires don't have foam like you would have in like OEM Tesla tires, but they do claim that this is a quiet tire. It's got exceptional traction and grip. You've got staggered shoulder lugs, as you can see here. So it's got a really wonderful all-terrain aesthetic also. You know, that's another thing we worry about with an EV tire, is that it's going to look very plain. It won't look mean. It won't look tough, which is something that we want on our trucks. As you can see, I've got these on here. It still looks like a traditional all-terrain tire, which I'm really glad about. You know, that's pretty much it. Those are really the key features. In terms of overall weight of this tire, it's comparable to all other E-load rated tires. This is an E-load rated tire. Now, in Rivian sizes, they do make other load ratings. So if you did want to get a lighter tire, you could do that, but they also make E-load rated tires as well in OEM Rivian sizes. Feel free to check out Toyo's website so you can see all of their listed sizes as well as their load ratings. And then you guys can decide for yourself exactly what you want to do. But without further ado, let's get some of these mounted up. Let's check the clearances on the front, and then over time, I'll get you guys a review on what I've seen in terms of efficiency. Now, keep in mind that we went from a factory 33-inch tire to a 34-inch tire and now to a 35-inch tire. So when you guys do your efficiency calculations, you need to make a compensation. You need to make an adjustment to your calculations. I have not done a speedo calibration or anything like that in this truck. So I need to look at my efficiency and then adjust that accordingly. Because of the taller tire diameter, you're actually traveling a farther distance for each revolution. So your efficiency will actually look worse than it actually is. So, you know, initially I was probably around 1.8 to 2 miles per kilowatt hour on the factory 33s. We did the 34s and we pumped them up to, I think it was 65 pounds, and I actually retained that efficiency. I've now dropped to 45 PSI. I am now seeing around, I was seeing around 1.8 when the temperature dipped. I got to 1.6. That is not corrected, so I still have to compensate for the difference in tire diameter. And now we're going to go to 35 and see what's going to happen in the 35s. So I'll have to make some corrections, and maybe I'll try my best to put a chart together. But again, It's really hard to calculate efficiency because it depends on climate, elevation, how heavy your foot is, things of that sort. Because I don't do a lot of long distance traveling with this truck, I won't be able to see over that distance really what's happening. If any of you guys have Toyo Open Country AT3 EVs, please comment below and let us know how they've been working out for you. I have gone into different Facebook groups and things like that, and people seem to have pretty good results with them. Now keep in mind, we have done a 3.5-inch Eibach Pro Lift Kit front and rear. I know in my initial reviews, I was a little bit concerned about the ride in the back of the truck, that it's a little stiffer. I think I've just become used to it, or the suspension is kind of like broken in, but it doesn't feel that bad to me anymore. Secondly, I do have the smart cap on there. That's a few hundred pounds. And I've added an additional anywhere from 150 to 500 pounds in the bed. At 150 pounds, surprisingly enough, in the bed of the truck, it rides great. Like it feels great. It probably feels better than my diesel truck did for sure, factory. I've already updated the suspension on the diesel truck, but I really don't mind the way this truck rides as much anymore. It rides like a truck. It's not going to be like a Cadillac or a really soft plushy like the factory suspension was, but that's okay. I love the way the steering is. It's very, very stable. It just doesn't feel like it's wallowing and moving all over the place. It's a very, very controlled now. So kudos to Eibach on that. Again, I do wish I had damping adjustability. That would be just the icing on the cake. If I could actually set the dampers up exactly how I like them to be, whether or not I'm carrying a load. I think if you carry load in the bed of the truck, it's fine, it's perfect. But without load, you know, it could definitely be softened up a little bit in the rear. But let's get these tires on this vehicle. Let's see if I got to do any trimming or what the clearances are, and we'll share that with you, but let's do it. All right, guys, so I am happy to report that I have put 600 miles on these tires now. My initial response or impression of these tires when we first installed them is that they actually did soften the ride a little bit at the same tire pressure as my other tires. I don't know if that's because they're 35-inch tires as opposed to 34s that I ran before, or if it's the tire carcass itself. But yeah, it definitely softened the ride up in city surfaces. So the little bumps and undulations definitely improved. I've been running, let's see, it's pretty hot today actually. It's like about 85 degrees. It'll be up to 90 soon. Tire pressure currently is just at about 49 PSI. And it does feel softer and smoother than my other all-terrain tires that I had on this thing before from my diesel. The other thing that I really liked about these tires, and I don't know if it's the tire compound itself or the fact that they are a larger diameter tire, but I don't have as much wheel spin now. There is still torque steer, but it's not as bad. So it's actually helped reduce a lot of the crazy torque steer that I experienced when I raised the vehicle in comparison to my stock tires, as well as the 34. So I believe the stock tires are 33s, then I went to 34s, and now I'm on 35s. So these Toyo Open Country AT3 EVs have just been really great in that regard. I do feel like they have better traction and bite as well. So that is, you can just feel, it's really hard to explain, but like when you go from an all-season tire to like a track tire, you can tell the bite and the grip in the actual tread itself. Even though these are like all-terrain tires with probably like a 50,000 mile warranty or something like that, I can feel the tread bite when I get on it. So that is really impressive. Granted, my other 34-inch tires were pretty old. So, you know, they're probably 4 or 5 years old. So that could be part of it too. But I've really enjoyed the Toyos over the past 600 miles. What else can I say? In terms of road noise, I don't really see any increase or decrease in noise compared to the other all-terrains I had. They're definitely quieter than the Nitto Ridge Grapplers that I have on the Rivian. those things are knobby and those things do make noise. They hum. Now these are brand new tires. It'll be interesting to see, and hopefully I'll get enough miles on them to see if it becomes a noisier tire over time, because that's typically what will happen with these all-terrains. But as of right now, been really happy with them. Over the past 600 miles, mixed driving, city and highway, I've been averaging about 2 miles per kilowatt hour. That is corrected. So with that said, and it's been pretty warm lately too, but with that said, I have not lost any efficiency. If anything, I might have gained some efficiency actually, even moving to a 35, lifting the truck and everything. So even stock, I wasn't getting much better than that at stock ride height with the rake, stock 33-inch tires. So I am extremely impressed with that. I also am rarely able to keep this thing under 65 miles per hour. It's probably like 70, you know, but 65. So if I were to run this thing at like 55 to 65 miles per hour, I did do that one time just because there was traffic. The efficiency improved dramatically. So I do recall one time, it was kind of like half of the time, it was about a 30-mile trip. Half of those miles, it was kind of stop and go. My average speed was probably 35 to 40 miles an hour. The other half of the trip, it was normal, like 65 to 70. And I actually got, it was around 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour on that, that trip. So honestly, I'm confident that I've not lost any efficiency compared to my prior setup. And the truck is lifted and it looks way cooler. The ride on the freeway with these Eibach Pro Lift Kit is great. I thoroughly enjoy the way it drives on the highway. I love the handling, the steering response, as I mentioned before, the turn in and everything is just amazing compared to how it was before. So I would take any of the compromises any day for the improvement in driving, enjoyment, steering, handling, etc. So lifted the truck 3.5 inches and it handles way better than factory. What else can I tell you? In the city, if there's really bad surfaces, it's definitely a rougher ride than factory, but it rides like a truck. So any of you guys who own trucks before, it's not going to be any different. I think it's acceptable to you guys. If you're moving from like some type of a luxury SUV or a luxury vehicle to this truck and then you lift it, it was definitely softer from the factory, a lot more floaty than it is now. But I am really happy with the way this thing is now. So yeah, guys, hopefully, you know, this has been somewhat helpful of information. I would do this time and time again. Ford is not making the Lightning anymore, and I've gotten a lot of emails from clients hoping that Eibach does not stop producing this product. So they're scrambling to try and find it. As of right now, it's March 2026. Eibach is back ordered. We're back ordered. We're hoping to get some back sometime at the end of April. If you guys were to order them off the website, they will be back ordered, but I can get some allocation. Take that with a grain of salt. Again, we don't know if they're actually going to show up on time or not, but that's what I've been given in terms of information and lead times. So yeah, check out the links in the description below and enjoy some of this B-roll that you'll see. If you haven't seen it already, the rolling footage, as well as the walk around of the truck. We washed it. It's nice and clean. It looks beautiful. I love this color. Bronze wheels, 35s, 3.5 inch lift. It's a winner. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.